right. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. What a great show last night. Wonderful show, by the way. Wonderful show. The late night hype. Man, we had a big game, James Skywalker Steele and Candace. She came in on the scene and she kind of kept everything leveled. So shout out to all of them for being on the show. What a great opportunity for us to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, right? Let me know if you guys liked that episode last night. And nevertheless, we got to talk about Kellen Moore. News and reports are out there that, hey, he's a commodity now on the college level. Now, what does that mean? Like, should the Cowboys allow him to go over there in college land to entertain those opportunities? I read a few comments that a lot of people saying, yeah, get him out of the paint. Let him go, right? Let's see what he can do on the college level. Now, college programs are a whole lot different than what he's doing now, right? It's a bigger roles for him to fill in college land to be the head coach of a college team. That's a bigger role than the offensive coordinator. But the main goal would be to be a head coach, regardless of how we can look at it. That should be Kellen Moore's main goal. Sometimes we rush in life, right? Sometimes we look at life and we'll say, well, Law, I want it now. A lot of people have the fast food mentality. And a lot of things are given to people at a faster rate than others. My thing is, with Kellen Moore going to college would benefit him more to identify with, I guess, everybody on a spectrum of a team, and to also develop character, charisma, leadership, and beyond. Now, by him being a quarterback, you get most of those qualities and traits or most of those experiences by being a quarterback. But it's nothing like being over the complete team. I'm talking about your staff and everything. Having meetings and being the person that controls like the fines and the punishments and things like that. So I think that going back to college would benefit Kellen Moore. But on the flip side, most college guys trying to claw in and find their way to the pros, to the NFL level. Now, granted, Kellen Moore, this is his second year being an offensive coordinator ever, and his second year just so happened to fall on hard times. You're missing your quarterback, you're missing your left end, right tackle, and I know you're supposed to be the guy to draw up the plays, but you can draw it up all you want. But if it's not the guy that you're accustomed to drawing it up for, things may not go the way you want, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. It may not go the way you want. Drawing up plays for Shaq, hey, it's easy, right? But drawing up plays for somebody else may be harder. Drawing up plays for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant may be easy for Phil Jackson, right? But drawing up plays for somebody else may be harder. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that Kellen Moore is of the levels of a Phil Jackson. But the craziest thing of it all, we never know the capabilities and the possibilities of where Kellen Moore can become. This is only his second year as the offensive coordinator. His first year, number one overall in collective stats as it relates to offenses. Nevertheless, this year it's one of the things that Skywalker on the show last night brought up. It's more so to do with Kellen Moore's situational situation, if I can put that into words like that. Situational situations, right? It's more so to do with that. The guy can draw up plays. It's just knowing when to use it. I mean, sometimes he'll bring a knife to a gunfight, and you'll be like, hey, no, we don't need the knife now, right? But the knife is necessary at certain times. And sometimes you would say to yourself, hey, we don't need the bazooka right now. You know, we don't need the machine gun right now. Now we need the machete. And I believe that's where Kellen Moore's issue is at, is knowing when. That's all. And red zone been a booger bear for a long time with the Cowboys. Been a long time, even when Jason Garrett was the head coach. That red zone offense, man, it's just been one of those crazy situations, right? And we can go back and forth. Nevertheless, I would like for Kellen Moore to go back to college, gain some more experience, gain some more time, develop himself, and then come back to the pros. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me repeat, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people try it out in the pros and it don't work for them. They go to college land and it works for them. Everything that they say sticks to the players because they can say, man, this is a NFL level coach. And there's several examples out there. And sometimes college may not work for those who coach in college. That's just how it goes. Maybe they're not ready to hold down or they're not ready to handle with the younger crowd or what have you. People who have curfews. And sometimes it could be the role reversal. The role reversal, meaning that now you want to handle with younger kids opposed to handling people with millionaire mentalities and those who got all of the money can buy. Basically, that's the issue when you go to the actual NFL level. Now, Kellen Moore, I do believe in patience. And I'm only speaking from the aspect of experience by him going back to college. Now, we will have to understand from the aspect of time, patience, and reverence of that if he decides to stay here with the Dallas Cowboys, right? We have to look back at these things and say to ourselves, well, with Kellen Moore, there will still be some growing pains. But no, Lord, I want it now. I want to win the Super Bowl now. That's what I'm hearing from people. We want results now. Remember my saying, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. I want the results now. Open it up now. The fast food mentality. If you wait in line for more than 10 to 15 minutes, I don't want it. Let me speak to the manager, right? This food's supposed to be ready. Knowing that some of that food should not be cooked that quickly, right? But that's the mentality that most people have in this modern day society. No one cares on how to bake the apple pie. They just want to eat it. They know that it should take 1 to 2 minutes, but a good apple pie takes time to prepare, right? And the modern day society, we want results and everything to be favorable to said team. Now, for the argument's sake of this particular team, it's been 25 years, right? Before we can go all the way back and forth with everything else, it's been 25 years. So those who really upset and angry and mad and all of these things, they have every reason to be mad. Every reason to be upset. Nevertheless, it takes time. And if that's the angle that Jerry Jones and company is going, then unfortunately, that is what we have to wait and see and sit back and chill on. Here's my reasonings. We knew without a shadow of a doubt when Jason Garrett became the head coach, it was going to take time. It was going to take time. And it never went to the angles of where we wanted to be. Those are years that we can't get back, right? That is what the Joneses decided to do. Now, with Mike McCarthy, he took a year off, and everybody should look at this thing and say to themselves, it's going to take time. No one takes a year off and then come back into a system that's rapidly growing as fast as the NFL is. The rules are changing year to year. Things that was validated and meant to be when he was there changed in the snap of a year. And then he went out there and reached out there and grabbed Kellen Moore. One can argue and say, who knows this? Who really knows if that was really his choice, right? But he went and grabbed and pulled Kellen Moore and said, hey, you my OC, you my offensive coordinator, basically. So we should know that there was going to be some growing pains. This is how it goes, Cowboy Nation. There's nothing we can do about it but just sit back and wait. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how you all feel. I know there's a lot of people waving around saying, hey, get rid of him. Let's bring in somebody else. But if they do, they better bring in somebody with experience. I'm going to say this again. Old folks were right. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. And if everything is the way it is, we got Mike McCarthy, dog it, he's supposed to be an offensive-minded guy. He better call those plays, right? It better be something changing. And like I said earlier, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Now, the craziest part of it, that Kellen Moore, every year, he's going to get better. Let's be real with it. Experience will make him better. And maybe he will start becoming the veteran guy that can get those corners. Let that sink in for a second. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns of Kellen Moore. Post me your concerns of Mike McCarthy, Jerry Wayne Jones, and his decisions of finding coaches the way he find them. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I'm out.